Hello and welcome to today's episode of World Info Nexus. I am Sukant Chaudhary, and in this solo storytelling podcast, we dive deep into dramatic and compelling stories from around the world. Today, we are exploring a harrowing account from North Korea, a story that sheds light on the brutal punishments inflicted on those who defy the regime's strict controls on foreign media. Specifically, we will be discussing the tragic case of North Korean teenage girls arrested and handcuffed for watching South Korean dramas. Before we begin, I want to remind you that this story contains sensitive content. As we walk through these events, we will be pausing for interactive questions to engage with the material more deeply. So let's dive in. In a chilling display of control and repression, a North Korean educational video obtained by KBS has surfaced revealing the regime's severe response to the consumption of South Korean media. The video depicts the scene of distressing punishment. Teenage girls arrested and handcuffed publicly for merely watching South Korean dramas. The footage opens with a solemn classroom setting. Women sit in the front row, heads bowed in silent shame. At the center, a teenage girl stands at a microphone, tears streaming down her face as her personal details are revealed. She is just 16 years old. The video reveals that several students, including this girl, were arrested and punished under the law of possessing and distributing what the regime terms as impure materials. What do you think might be the reasons behind such extreme measures for consuming South Korean media in North Korea? The video goes on to explain that this is not an isolated incident. According to the narrator, North Korea has conducted 16 public trials and 4 public criticisms to intimidate and control its citizens. These measures are aimed at stifling the influx of foreign culture, especially from South Korea, which the regime view as a severe threat to its ideological control. Jang Mi, a North Korean defector who escaped in 2020, expressed her shock. The fact that they were handcuffed is really shocking to me. I have never seen school students punished like this before. Why do you think the North Korean regime is so focused on preventing the spread of South Korean culture? The regime's clampdown extends beyond teenagers to military. In another video, North Korean soldiers are seen exchanging South Korean movies and dramas via mobile phones. One soldier, surnamed Lee, confesses to watching numerous South Korean and American films as well as listening to South Korean songs. His confession is accompanied by a tearful account from his mother, who laments her son's arrest for consuming impure content, viewing him as a traitor. The footage reveals that soldiers are not only hiding South Korean media on their phones but are also adopting South Korean slang in their communications. This infiltration of South Korean culture into the North Korean military is seen as direct challenge to the regime's authority. What impact do you think the adoption of foreign slang and media might have on North Korean soldiers and their loyalty to the regime? The North Korean regime's response to these developments is harsh and unforgiving. They frame the fight against South Korean culture as a matter of life and death, stressing that soldiers, workers, and their families must view this struggle as critical to their survival. This reaction underscores the regime's desperation to maintain control over its citizens and to prevent any form of dissent. Chung Hon-ul, a former North Korean soldier who defected to South Korea, notes the surprising extent to South Korean cultural penetration within North Korea. The focus on mobile phone usage is something new, he says, and it's astonishing to hear South Korean terms being used in North Korea. How might the increasing use of mobile phones and exposure to foreign media affect the North Korean regime's control over its population? Thank you for joining me in today's exploration of this profound and disturbing story. The severe human rights violations and the harsh punishments meted out for the simple act of watching South Korean dramas are a stark reminder of the lengths to which regimes will go to maintain control. If you found today's story compelling, please consider subscribing to World Info Nexus for more in-depth stories from around the world. Your feedback and thoughts are important to me. So feel free to leave your comments and answer to today's interactive questions. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed. See you next time in the quest for truth and knowledge. I'm Sukant Chaudhary signing off.